What's going on, my heroes and villains? Sean Ross here, and welcome back, guys, to another live reaction to My Hero Academia. We are on manga chapter number 218, and apparently, the title of this chapter is considered a spoiler. That is really interesting because it has the title as Title Spoiler Hidden. So if the title does in fact spoil something big within this chapter, I'm actually kind of glad they're keeping it hidden because I've already avoided spoilers all day today because I have been really looking forward to the content of this chapter because this chapter in particular is kicking us off into a brand new story arc. We wrapped up the joint battle training arc last chapter, and I really have no idea where the story is going moving forward, and that is a nice feeling to kind of have. And just as an FYI, guys, if I sound nasally and congested, it's because I have been sick this past week. I am a hell of a lot better now than I was earlier on in this week because I felt like absolute crap.
Join the club. The guys inside have been sick for a while.
So, with all that being said, guys, I am beyond excited to dive into this chapter and to see what this next story arc has in store. So let's dive right into chapter 218 and see what goes down. So I see it snowing at the UA dorms. We are opening up to the early December Christmas weather. Early December, Sunday morning. Morning, snow falls on the UA student dorms. It's snowing!
What?
Wait a minute. Why is Kirishima just sprinting and ripping his clothes off right here? Does he want to go get like his snow clothes on so he can just run outside into the snow? I mean, I see Ashido back there. She is well prepared for the snowy weather. Close the door. You're making Sue hibernate. Oh, look how cute Sue is over there on the couch sleeping. That is adorable. That's her frog-like nature. She does not mix well with the winter weather. Mind over body. I gotta rub myself down with a towel. Wait a minute. Did Kirishima run outside and jump in the snow while still in his PJs? I mean, it makes sense with his dialogue. Like, he's soaking wet right now and freezing, and he's like, I need to go wipe myself down with a towel.
Crazy.
I think that's what he did. Your clothes are going to get wet. That is exactly what he did. Oh, that's funny. He just went gung-ho at the first sight of snow, and now he's just freezing. Don't trip and fall. Hey, turn the weather on and check how much snow's falling. I love snow. I do too, Kaminari. I do too. Whoops. Sorry, Sue. So Jiro's apologizing for holding the door open. And then we see Sero eating what looks to be rice. Hey, do you know when Todoroki and Bakugo are supposed to be back? I want to borrow the next volume of that manga.
Fourth wall break.
Those moments to where you're reading a manga and then the character wants to read a manga. We are getting really close to the breaking of that fourth wall right there, Horikoshi. But Deku responds to Sero around 6, apparently. Today's the last day of their provisional licensing class. If those two pass their test today, everyone in Class A will have earned their provisional license. Let's go. I need Bakugo and Todoroki to get these. That way we can have them fighting future villains. We need that.
Round 2. Fight.
Okay, look at the squad rolling up right here. Our remedial course students of Todoroki, Bakugo, Inasa, and Kami. But I'm noticing that Kami did not really customize her costume for the colder winter weather. It looks the same as it did during the summer. Today will be the last day I have to see all your sorry ass faces. So I'm in a real good mood. I hope you're all prepared, Plankton. That's gotta be Gang Orca right there. Oh yeah, it is. And he looks awesome in that panel right there. You gotta get that cape flapping for Gang Orca.
Now, how will you react?
Now, let's begin. And then you see the destroyed environment behind him, all of his penguin minions scattered about. So this looks very similar to the last test of the provisional license exam. So yeah, we got Todoroki, Bakugo, Inasa, and Kami about to go through the final stages, and then they will have their provisional licenses. They're probably in the middle of the test right now. Think they'll be able to manage? I think they've got this test in the bag. Of course they will. Bakugo's been looking really sharp recently, almost as sharp as his attitude. I guess I'll bake a cake in the meantime. Good man, Sato. Good man. And then everyone's like, woohoo, we're getting cake. Man, the one thing I had on those guys was that I got my provisional license and they didn't. But that's about to change. And then Kaminari's just flipping through the channels. Quit being so petty. They're telling Kaminari to stop being so petty. You have plenty of good qualities of your own. Petty Kaminari, shut it. Thanks, Shoji. And now we see the weather girl on the news station. And in the Chubu region through tonight, please watch your step out there as you enjoy your Sunday. And now, back to this week's news. Detnerat enters the hero support business. Huh. We're getting to learn about a hero support business? Detnerat. That's an interesting name. The major lifestyle support manufacturing company has officially ventured out into the hero support industry. Okay, so they're expanding their catalog. And then right there, in text on the side, a new arc begins. Let's go. A beautiful four-armed woman, an elderly gentleman with a fine coat of fur, a boy with jiggly, jello-like skin. Can you imagine being Jello Boy, that your quirk is the power of just your body being gelatin? Oh, I don't know how I feel about that. But I like the look of this big badger mole looking guy right here.
The big bad badger moles who earth in the tunnels hate the wolf bats but love the sounds.
Okay, so we're getting to see a wide assortment of quirks. In the past, people like them were the minority. Who is this businessman looking guy who's got like the vulture like beak nose? However, the paranormal proliferated at an astonishing rate, and before we knew it, their era arrived, and they all look shocked as this guy is walking by. Ever since the Industrial Revolution, mass production has been continually on the rise, and it is now ingrained in consumer culture. We had to put a stop to it. Hang on a second. This guy's got 2 black dots on the side of his head. Is that like a birthmark? Or maybe it's like a side effect or an add-on of whatever quirk this guy has. But he is really theatrical. He's got like spotlights on him and he's getting all dramatic. He's like, is this guy like selling something? Like, what is this guy's deal? But by the time we realized our mistake, it was too late. Designs are in shambles. Even for daily necessities, we spend all our time running about looking for that perfect product. Everyone is different. And for that reason alone, people around the country are put through such hardship. The Dark Ages are upon us. And so we strive not to forget our history. We've come all this way while building products that meet the needs of each and every one of our customers individually. And we do so with great care. So that's very interesting being brought up here. The fact that, you can't really do mass production in a world of quirks. You gotta specify your products to the uniqueness of the individual. We can have your own personal design ready within 3 days. We're rushing towards the top of the industry with our proprietary development techniques and systems. And then all these people are like smiling as this guy is just like saying all this. This feels like a commercial, honestly. Like this guy looks like a businessman shooting a commercial. And now, at long last, we're setting foot in Hero Society. You can expect great things of Detnerat Corporation in the future.
What is that?
Who are you? Is this Principal Nezu's, like, missing relative right here? This guy looks like a cat, mouse, bear thing. And that's the second part of the commercial. Okay, so that was a commercial. And that's the second part of the commercial, with no on-screen text or subtitles whatsoever. Exactly what you were pushing for, President. And so then this guy with the 2 dots on the side of his head is the president of Detnerat Corporation. Well, it's not bad, but Couldn't you make my forehead stand out a little less? He feels self-conscious about his receding hairline. Oh, that's actually kind of funny. But that's what makes it funny. Ever the honest one, Miyashita. Wow, he must have good rapport to joke around with a superior like that, because usually presidents are very stuffy and would immediately berate you if you did something like that or said anything like that to them. That is crazy. But for our market entry, I somewhat expected this, but the response hasn't been stellar. Yeah, daily necessities and business use products are very different specializations. From hero products, heroes require tools designed for battle after all, and we're new to this industry without much to our name. In other words, I'm sure they're thinking, quit butting in where you don't belong, Baldy.
Damn!
He just did another receding hairline joke to his president.
I don't give a fuck.
For the love of Miyashita, honestly, you mustn't think such things. And this guy just smiles and shrugs it off. I wonder if this is like a facade, because we're focusing a lot on this president. I really want to know if this is his true nature or if there's something he's hiding. This guy will forgive just about anything you say to him. And that's why Miyashita just says whatever's on his mind. Here's the catch, Miyashita. When it comes to superpowers, we've been doing it on a much larger scale for a long time. We've amassed plenty of support. I'm confident we can make this a success. Yo!
You had my curiosity, but now you have my attention.
He has Destro's book, the Superpower Liberation Army Principles novel, that has been teased since Gentle. So he's been reading Destro's book. Ooh, this guy's just got a whole lot more interesting. Superpowers? Ah, I meant quirks. The book I've been reading must be rubbing off on me. Oh, that's really interesting and a nice subtle detail right there. Because the book was published very early on when quirks were first being established, and they weren't referred to as quirks. They referred to them as superpowers. It's been republished, you see. Must be a sign of the times. But a lot of the original text has been modified. A shame, truly. That book written by the leader of the Superpower Liberation Army? Yeah, I read it too, but it's a load of crap if you ask me.
Dead man walking.
Miyashita, I know you speak your mind, but I don't know if calling this book and its ideologies a piece of crap is a good thing to say to the president. I mean, he'll let the balding slide, but I don't know if he'll take you making fun of Destro and the Liberation Army. What they were doing was nothing but terrorism at the expense of innocent people. And even so, he has the gall to put on airs and act like he was in the right. You can just feel it in his writing style. He must be liberated, and so on. And the whole time, I was just sitting there like, shut up already. You're nothing but a criminal. Oh, the president has a smile on his face, but then you slowly see him deteriorating. He is trying to hold back right now, it looks like. I'm sorry, Miyashita. And he got up and he's wrapping his arms around Miyashita right now. Your relatives are all gone, right? Huh? Yes, ever since I lost my mother last year. Do you have a girlfriend? Huh? No, I don't. What's this all about all of a sudden? You've done good work for me, Miyashita. Is he about to choke out this bear right now? Because he just wrapped his arm around his neck, and I don't think he's about to get buddy-buddy. You're my best employee, which is why it's truly a shame, Miyashita. Why must you do this to me? Yeah, he's choking him out right here. I've even considered letting you become one of us. Oh yeah, he is deep into Destro's ideology. But the fact that he says become one of us, so there's a group rallying behind this book. If only you hadn't denied our cause, there would have been so many paths open to you. But it seems, and you just hear him like choking, he's like trying to like get him off. Whoa, his like 2 dots are expanding. They're actually going down towards his eye. What is his power? We weren't able to reach an understanding. President, it hurts. He just crushed his windpipe. Giant sound effect, splurch. And you're just seeing this bear's body falling down to the ground. I'm sorry to say, Miyashita, but you've been fired.
You're fired.
And that is very regrettable. Yo, this president guy is crying. He has a tear coming down from his eye. So he didn't want to do it, but he had to because of how devoted he is to Destro and the Liberation Army. I will never forget you. Amidst the chaos after the appearance of the paranormal, around the time when the people desiring peace began working towards coexistence with the paranormal, a particular ideology became popular with superhumans. They rejected suppression and sought liberation. The freedom to use one's superpowers should be a natural human right.
We are the future, Charles, not them. They no longer matter.
I like the feeling I am getting from the Liberation Army because it really does remind me from the X-Men, the Brotherhood of Mutants, and Magneto. And that's the kind of same vibe I get with Destro. He seems very similar to Magneto. Very similar ideologies. He fights for the rights of mutants / people with quirks. And he's willing to do anything to make it so that you can use your quirks freely.
Will you join my brotherhood and fight? Or wait for the inevitable genocide? Who will you stand with, the humans or us?
Which is very similar to how Magneto would kind of view mutants as the next evolutionary stage of humans. They were superior. The human age is done, now is the age of mutants. And you can kind of see Destro kind of having that same ideology where it's like, now it's the time of the superpowered beings, of the people with quirks. Then came Chikara Yotsubashi. Yotsubashi brought together liberation advocates and formed the Superpower Liberation Army. He named himself Destro, the man who would destroy the status quo. Oh, I like the play on that phrase for his name. Destroy the status quo, Destro. For many years, he opposed the country, which was making progress at the same time in establishing superhuman laws, in a struggle for supremacy, and in the end, he was defeated. The Liberation Army was dissolved, and many of its members captured. While he was imprisoned, Yotsubashi took his own life after completing his writing. So, we now know Destro is long gone, he is dead, but before he took his own life, he made sure that his ideologies would remain throughout time by writing them down and publishing a book. And now that it's being republished, a lot of people are starting to read up on it, starting to gather towards the cause and adopt his ideologies once again. Wow, his legacy is living on long after he has died. Okay, now at the Legion of Doom.
The meeting will come to order. The Legion of Doom is now in session.
So our president guy showed up at a board meeting with 4 other people who are giving this as a salute. So they're calling each other losers, apparently. It's either this or this. It's something, but that's really, really funny. So these 5 people are meeting, and there's a portrait of Destro above the table. Not even Yotsubashi himself was aware that he had children.
Nani?
Are all 5 of these people his children? Or is it just the president guy? Because children being plural, like, first off, how do you not know you have children? Destro must have got around a little too often to not know that he had children. But it could be either in the physical sense, like blood-related, or children that read his book and have adopted his ideologies. Give me a progress report. I found someone who appears to be connected to the League. If we want to make contact with them, it should be sooner rather than later. So the League of Villains. Then do so at once. Yes, sir. They are enemies of the Liberation Army. If the government won't take action, then we have no choice but to finish them off ourselves. In the name of Destro, we will dismantle the League of Villains. Now, this panel right here, I get Joker vibes from this. But it looks like those two dots formed the mask similar to Destro's. So maybe this president guy is blood related and is actually the child of Destro. And I'm wondering if those other 4 people are his siblings. By the way, I heard you were entering the hero business. What's that about? And who is this good-looking woman on the board right here? I want to learn about her. You see, there's quite an accumulation already. People seeking liberation are lying dormant across the nation. And now we're just popping over to a whole bunch of villains riding the waves of snow or water. I don't know what that is, but these guys are going on a rampage, attacking the public. Hook, line, and sinker. He took my bag. Give it back. What is this stuff? Carbonated water? Oh, so they're surfing on carbonated water. Damn you. The heroes will be here before you know it. Hey, what's that? Some sort of trouble. Where are the heroes? It must have just happened. But I'm sure in 30 seconds or less, I'm going then. Wait, we need to assess the situation first. Way ahead of you. I'll leave the evacuation to you. Yo, they passed. They got their hero licenses. You may not be able to fight anymore, but we can. The haul we get on days off is something else. Hey, leader, we're practically swimming in wallets. Oh, these guys have no idea what's about to come to them. Oh my god. Bakugo and Todoroki just unleashed a huge explosion and ice wall on these fools. And All Might's just busting out of the taxi. You may be right, but you just got your licenses 30 minutes ago. That is awesome. The fact that they're not even 30 minutes into being provisional licensed heroes, and they're already out on the street fighting villains. And I can so picture the moments of Bakugo and Todoroki seeing those villains attacking and then jumping out of the vehicle, out of the taxi before it even came to a complete stop, and All Might being unable to do anything. He's like, I can't control these boys. They got their hero licenses and they're just raring to go. All right, here we go. This panel looks awesome. Bakugo has one of his gauntlets on and Todoroki looking badass. So what? A hero's a hero. I didn't hear about any time restrictions. He is ready. The two heroes are determined to win their first battle. Let's go. Chapter 218, the Superpower Liberation Army. I am so glad they did not spoil that title. That is a big spoiler right there. Who the hell are you guys? A couple schoolboys playing hero. This guy has no idea what's even coming. And that is the end of the chapter. Okay, I am happy with the fact that our next arc is the Superpower Liberation Army because Horikoshi has already laid the groundwork for this to be the next arc. During the Culture Festival with Gentle, he was the first one to bring up Destro in the Liberation Army. And then Hawks was the next person to bring it up about the book, you know, recirculating through society. And then that guy, that flasher that was going to go into his company, he was inspired by that same book. So we've had the groundwork laid for this arc, and we are finally getting it. So we spent a lot of time with this new president of the Detnerat Corporation, and the fact that it has a rat in its name and Destro has that as a symbol, I don't think that is a coincidence. So I really want to dive more into this president and our Legion of Doom, the board of trustees that are meeting underneath Destro's picture. Are they in fact Destro's children by blood or just by ideology? And what's with the symbol? A whole lot of questions there. But we also came to find out that Bakugo, Todoroki, and most likely Inasa and Kami passed the exam and now have their provisional licenses. And next chapter, we are about to see Bakugo and Todoroki go in on these villain fools. So with that, guys, that right there is my live reaction to chapter 218 of My Hero Academia. But now I definitely want to hear your guys' thoughts on this latest chapter. Leave your thoughts down in the comments below. And if you guys want to talk more about My Hero Academia, feel free to subscribe to the channel and click that bell icon so that you guys can be alerted whenever a new video pops up on my channel. And if you guys want to talk about my hero outside of YouTube, feel free to follow me over on Twitter. A link to my Twitter account can be found in the description down below. But that's going to do it for me here, guys. So until next week, when hopefully I am healthy and 100% better for chapter 219 for My Hero Academia, I'll talk to you guys next time. But remember, go beyond plus ultra.